trying to figure out, and I was like, is John using the right word to describe her voice? Because I wouldn't describe it as a crackle.
No, you know what that is? You want to know what the crackle is?
Yeah.
The crackle is the skin of the fried chicken.
Oh!
And the grease that is coated on her throat. That's what that crackle is. Because her voice has so many. It's got so much seasoning on it. I'm like, ma'am, where did you come from?
Hello, welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we're passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's voice to give you our take on each contestant. We'll give you our feedback on that. Not only the contestants, we'll give you our feedback on their performance and overall grandness and vocal. What we're never here to do, though, is come for anyone's character or come for any contestant as a human being. Now, we may come off a little bitchy at times, if you know what I mean, but we'll always do our best to speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, let's go ahead and jump right in to the second knockout round.
The last knockout round. Yes. Yes.
One, two punch, right?
1-2 punch.
You know, it's so crazy, Stephanie. I was like, why does it feel like it's been forever since we've done a podcast? It's because it's been forever since we've done it during the day.
Yeah, that's true. And it's been a week.
Yeah,
we did not have 2 episodes last week.
But I'm just like, why does today feel different? Well, because the birds are singing.
That's right.
I'm using a lot of natural light. Which does nothing for my complexion. No, I'm just kidding. So we got a lot to talk about tonight or today about last night's show. And it was, it was actually really, really good. There was some incredible singing happening. Happy spring to you, by the way. Happy
spring.
Glorious. We are getting a proper spring finally in the Mid-Atlantic region. And I'm just loving it because you know what? I've taken my allergy pill and I'm on top of this. So without further ado, let's jump right in. You know, our first performances of the evening, Stephanie and I, we always like to use the word marinate. We actually had time to marinate over this one because this was our leak. Was there some singing being done?
What a leak. Yeah, so we had from Team Chance, we had Maddi Jane singing Dua Lipa's New Rules. That is the jam. And then we had Kamalei, Kawa'a, singing All of Me.
I actually did
by the John Legend. Yo.
Okay.
Yo.
I said, let me. Okay, so Maddi was the first to perform, and it was great because Stephanie and I kind of discussed this a little bit when it dropped this weekend, briefly. But we got to see some of the backstory, all of the backstory of this, and it was some good stuff. Shout out to Keith Irvin, our mega coach. He's just been dropping some really, really incredible nuggets. This man not only knows voices, he knows songs from a theoretical point of view. Like he knows music theory, and like he's like, okay, well, what key are you in? And some of them are right there with them, and they're like, oh, I'm in, D flat or whatever. And he's like, okay, well, how about you change it to F or whatever? So it's really nice as someone who studied music in school to see a popular musician who knows his stuff, and I love it.
And it's also, let me just say about that real quick, so we don't have to belabor the Keith Urban point. It's also good for those of us who did not go to school for music to actually, just as a different point of view, to see a coach actually coach it. Because he could just be up there with fluff, like adding fluff and just being there as a presence on the show and just saying great vocal, maybe change this little bit of that. But he is really coaching and mentoring these contestants, and that's been really cool to see because he's actually adding value to what they are doing on the stage.
So I often have to wonder, because if you remember, Keith Urban was a judge on American Idol at one time and during its run.
Yeah.
And
The Voice in Australia.
Oh yeah. So I don't think the judges on American Idol specifically get to.
They don't coach.
Or coach.
Not really. No.
So to see him in this capacity is amazing to watch an artist work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Maddi went first. So I said, look, Maddi she's just passing through. She's just passing through. Because she's going to the top of the industry. Someone with this much fire in their eyes, in everything they do, she makes it undeniable for you to watch her, for you to choose her, because we're talking about a competition here. She just makes it undeniable. I said, and it's not just the star quality that she has, because she has some of the biggest star quality, I think, this season.
Yeah.
And I love that the coaches kept mentioning this. It's that she's got the vocal to back it. Okay?
1,000%.
She is just not I can't take my eyes off of her because she's an incredible entertainer. No. Sing it down. I said the vocals are sick. I said the moves are everything. And I said, but most of all, Maddi's got an attack about her. She attacks everything that she does. So those of you who are looking to break into any performing arts industry, whether you're a singer, dancer, actor, you need to have an attack about you. Especially when you get to a professional level, because trust and believe, there are people coming for your spot and they got an attack about them. And Maddi's got an attack about her that you just can't look away.
That's right.
I said she will mow over anyone. I said better not stay in her way. I said, look how she just walked off after she did it. She's like, I did the daggone, I'm not going to cuss, but she's like, I did the doggone thing. And it down to the hair flip, right, Stephanie?
Yeah. Yes.
Down to the hair flip.
Yes.
And I don't know if you caught it, but she even turned back around and looked at Kamalei like.
No, I want to dispel that.
Oh,
no. Because people are going to think something about that by how you're saying it. She slapped hands with him. I don't want people to misinterpret that she was like, I'm going to get you. Because that's not what it was. She slapped hands with him or something. It was like, you go get it now. Right. Not like, I just slayed you. It was, now you go get it, Kamalei.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what makes Maddi so dangerous. Because she's got the talent, she's got the drive, and she's got the fire.
Come on, fire.
She's got that Sasha Fierce about her. Literally, she transforms when she gets on the stage. Even when she's taking, like, not the critiques, but the feedback. Like, she even stands it's like all confidence. It's just she exudes confidence. And to see a young woman exude that type of confidence is brilliant to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Stephanie.
Yeah, I do not want people to misinterpret her confidence for arrogance.
You can't.
Because if you see her on Instagram, if you see her in the B-roll and in the rehearsals and all of that, She is soft and sweet and respectful and kind and all the beautiful things. When she gets up on that stage, it's game on. It's game on.
Gasoline poured for the match, right?
Yes. To your point, like before the song even started, she was on the stage with this stance, kind of hand on her hip, and just like,
when I say it reminded you of, Stephanie, what did I say it reminded you of? Remember?
I forget.
Oh yeah, I told, because I was like, oh, Stephanie, don't let me forget to tell me.
Oh yeah, tell me. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. It reminded you of 2013 halftime Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Beyonce at the Super Bowl.
Because all you saw was her silhouette. That's why it reminded me.
Well, yes. Absolutely.
Silhouette.
Absolutely. It was
right?
good. Yes, absolutely.
Beyonce has a stance now. She has a stance.
And that is the stance that Maddi had.
Yes.
And I love the stance because she did not move from that stance singing the first verse of that song, which was brilliant because the first verse of that song is just like it's very just chill, right? It was brilliant. And then from then on, we're off to the races, right? This song, this Dua Lipa song, I got new rules. Like it is so difficult, y'all. That chorus, and that, that chorus is familiar to a lot of us. 1, don't pick up the phone. 2, it's that rhythmic sing again.
Back at 1. The same.
No, this is not back at 1. This is that rhythmic singing where you have to know where to breathe and you have to have lungs of steel in order to not only execute.
Like, where does your breath come from?
Her toes. It has to. Like she just must have like an ongoing supply, like a fish, because like she on that Matthew Knowles exercise plan with the heels on, having them ladies running them 4-inch heels on that treadmill to get that stamina up, because like it was insane. It was insane that she could do this and also perform because she's moving about the stage as well. It was so incredible. I heard some Tori Kelly, who is now dancing a little bit in her performances as well. I heard some Christina Aguilera. Like Keith's note that he gave her was it. He said at the back end before the last chorus, where she says, "You're not getting over him," and she extends the him. And that note just soared. It soared. And it was and now if you didn't understand before the rest of the song, I'm going to show you that I can give you straight vocal. And that's what she did. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good.
It was excellent. Okay. So, you got Maddi giving you just up-tempo dance
energy, rap,
and I love how, and real quick, one more thing, like I love how she said she really wanted to work on that too, like the rap part, because it's something that she wants to be stronger at, but she does it so well already. But I love that because she knows what her fortes are. She knows what things that she wants to work on.
Absolutely.
As an artist, you always need to be working on something.
Come on. Right? Yes. Come on.
So, speaking of just an entire vibe, the dynamic switch from Maddi to Kamalei. Like it just, okay, dude, I wrote dude, like in my notes. I wrote dude. I said, you have the nerve. I said, don't you dare come on The Voice. Don't you dare, Kamalei, come on The Voice and sing a John Legend song, like the most iconic, other than Ordinary People, John Legend song of all time.
In front of John Legend. Yes, to John Legend.
I said, Kamalei, I said, dude, just talking about you is giving me chills right now. I said, this was so special. This was so anointed. And it was beautifully understated because the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, that was actually really good. I didn't listen to it with my good ears. I wasn't concentrating fully. It was kind of background. Stephanie said, "Get your life, put your good ears in, and listen back again, James." And I did.
And watch.
And watch. Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
watch.
I was watching. I said, I put it on, and I was like doing dishes. And she said, and watch. I said, it is and that's why I said it was an entire vibe.
Yes.
And then I got it. I said, y'all, this is no frill singing. This is just singing. I said, I love how just Kamalei, I want to get this right. I loved how you walk down, like you did a walk down with the my head's underwater and I'm doing fine. Like, how you walk that down? My head's underwater and I'm doing fine. Like, that was glorious singing. I love Stephanie. What am I gonna say?
That bounce he had. Oh, that bounce he had. He better step. I said, step, sir. Step, sir.
See, Paul and the band, they're so special because they do even genres of music that we normally don't hear and that your normal musician won't play. And that is the native Hawaiian sound. To put that native Hawaiian sound to John Legend's song, props to that band, because I'm sure maybe you had to teach them, but to always be a student of world music. And I love, Kamalei, that's what you're bringing to it. Okay. Hawaii is as American as apple pie. It's just another part of America. But the thing is, it is distinctively Hawaiian and unapologetically Hawaiian. I love that you're bringing that just whole vibe. I said the way you move, sir, that bounce that you had, I just felt like you were on an ocean. Like, I just felt like it was like, I call it yacht music. Like, took me to a yacht, dude. Like this beautiful, like, I'm talking about bad yacht. See, I've been on a yacht. Okay,
come on, yes.
And I just felt like the yacht was just going along, right? It was this tranquil water, and I said, and then, like, when you build it a little bit, it was like these waves crashing, but the waves weren't too violent.
That's right. Ooh, calm seas.
But it was power. But it was like you were like, I relate your, like I told you, Kamalei, it was an entire vibe. I relate your voice to like the power of the ocean. It's so deceiving because even when you think the ocean is calm, it still has a pull and a tug that can take you away. And you really did. You took us there. And I said, again, the nerve of you of singing the way you did in front of John Legend. I said that took a lot of cojones.
Oh yeah,
a lot of cojones, sir. It really did, and it could have been disastrous, as we've seen other singers do, who even sing John Legend songs well, but wasn't to what John likes, right? John is very specific. But the thing is you took a big risk, and it paid dividends. It paid dividends, sir. So congratulations. That was spectacular, Stephanie.
I think that he did a John Legend song the only way that you can do a John Legend song to satisfy John Legend.
Well said.
And that is to not change it up so much. I love, just like you highlighted, the Hawaiian influences in the music. It was just enough. And also, he didn't change the melody much, but he sang it with his voice, and he sang it, no frills. He sang it with his whole heart. And you better sing to that wife, sir, because we felt it. It was so beautiful. It was so sincere. It was so confident. It was just the vulnerability of it all. Oh, it was attack in a different way. Like, it wasn't like a forced attack. It was just like, I'm gonna sing this song, and I'm gonna dedicate this one to the woman I love. And we all felt it. It's so funny that you said that his step was like on waves or in the ocean, because that's exactly what I wrote. It was like he was floating. And it was just, oh my goodness, it was so powerful. And every time they cut to John, he looked like he was almost in tears. Right. It was as if he was hearing the best rendition of his song that he had ever heard. And for him to be able to enjoy his own song and not critique, that lets you know how powerful Kamalei's rendition was, because it allowed John to get out of his head and enjoy his own song in a different way. And it was really powerful. Mm-hmm.
It's a rarity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Stephanie, we knew, I think, like I felt, and I think you felt too, that on Friday.
Oh, nobody was going home.
No.
Nobody was exiting The Voice from this pairing.
Couldn't have.
No. And the way that it ended up was kind of poetic justice. So Chance picked Maddi as the winner, and John stole Kamalei for his team using his only steal.
Kamalei was sobbing. Like he was
Well, he was sobbing, but he was really sobbing when his wife came backstage. He was like, oh, he went into like the ugly cry. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, it was Lord, really sweet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We are moving on to our next knockout pairing, and
yes.
This was interesting. This one
yes,
very.
It was. Yes,
Stephanie?
It was. So we have from Team Legend, we had Jean Taylor singing "Don't Wanna Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith versus Mafe, and she sang "Almost Is Never Enough" by Ariana Grande.
Okay, let me start with Jean. And I'll start with what I noticed in the Be Real at the rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Keith Urban, you're crazy. A half step up, I don't want to miss a thing. Okay, you're already talking about one of the most insane tenors of rock music in Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, and you're telling him to take it a half step up, which I agree he could do. I said that's bananas. I said that's just bananas. But if anyone could do it, Gene could do it. And then so now I'm going into the actual song. I said, oh, I forgot how gorgeous the opening of this song was.
Beautiful.
I said, I told Stephanie the grand late 90s of it all.
Yes.
It's just so with it's like a whole orchestra. It's and to hear the contrasting of Steven Tyler coming in with that gravelly, like swallow the box of rocks voice. It's just a striking contrast.
Yeah.
I see what John is talking about, but I disagree. John Legend made a suggestion, and I think Stephanie agrees with me, because we rarely disagree with John, really, like with artistic interpretation of the way he recommends artistic interpretation,
right?
But John is a purist. He's a 90s kid like me and Stephanie. So he's also a purist, where I thought about this a little bit, Stephanie. I said, he probably, because he's so familiar with this song, this is a song of our youth, that he wanted to hear it a specific way. That there's a song like this is a song that, especially if you're of that generation, that you probably are a little biased, and you only want to hear it a certain way. And I believe Stephanie, and I'm going to have her talk about it a little bit more, thought that was to his detriment, Gene's detriment. Gene is not a grovelly singer. Stephanie, I want you to talk about this, because you were the one that made the point about this. So I know we're doing a little ping pong, but can you talk to this, what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I just thought that it was a wrong choice to have him give basically what John was asking for was a Steven Tyler impersonation vocally, and that is not Gene's voice. Gene's voice is not Steven Tyler. It is Steve Perry. It is Journey. It is that, it's that smooth rock, like that big rock. Yes, which is the complete opposite of what John was asking for. So I thought, I did not like that advice. And I can only imagine that as an artist on the show, when your coach gives you feedback, gives you advice, gives you a preference, that you are going to be strongly inclined to do it.
Right.
Now, this is where I wish, and these shows are so complicated. There's so much going on behind the scenes that we don't know. I wish if he had the opportunity to, that Gene would have advocated a bit more for himself in saying, I'm sorry, this is not how my voice sounds best. Is there a way that we can alter maybe the arrangement of the song to have it suit my voice better, or come in with song B, see what another selection might have been that could have fit his voice a little bit better? Because
you're onto something, because I just thought of, what if the entire song was as the opening?
No, you and I are tracking.
No.
You and I are tracking.
No.
Because the opening,
right?
And the way he sang that portion was, in my opinion, the best his voice sounded on that song for the entire performance. Just that light orchestral arrangement, like you were talking about at the front end. If the whole song would have been like that, which cut to later on in the podcast, we'll talk about a song that was not completely, but arrangement wise, shifted for an artist, right? Okay. And it worked. And I just felt like making Gene's voice or asking Gene to do something different with his voice was not the way for him to have success singing this song.
It's so unfortunate, because Gene, Stephanie and I have said this from the beginning, probably one pound for pound, arguably one of the greatest voices of this season.
Absolutely.
Arguably.
Absolutely.
Pound for pound. If we're just talking about just pure singing,
absolutely,
Gene has it. So I thought a disservice was done to him. Number one, I personally, even though he could easily do it, I don't think the half step up worked. It didn't work for me. And I don't think the advice from John worked. I thought it was not the best advice given for Gene. And I think Stephanie and I both felt like Gene was dealt a pretty bad hand.
I do.
Because we know how this man sings.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And give him open arms.
Come on.
Give him basically all of Omar from the previous seasons, like book. Every song that he sang.
Give him any Journey song. Any Journey song.
Journey, Styx, Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Bon Jovi.
Give him those.
Yeah.
No, don't give him Axl Rose. Okay, don't give him Steve Tyler.
Yeah.
Don't give him Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
I need that type of singing.
Yeah.
So that one hurt, because I know Stephanie knows how good of a singer Gene is.
Absolutely.
Stephanie,
absolutely.
Anything else you want to add about Gene?
No. I might be projecting, but I would also say that he didn't look completely comfortable at the back end of the performance too. So I wonder if
disjointed, right?
It looked forced. It looked a little forced as well. And with that song, you have to, especially the like you have to bring energy to it. It just was not my favorite.
I thought he was dealt a bad hand. He really made me mad. We almost quit. Mafe. I said, Mafe, your voice is just so melodic. I said, your voice is music. It just is. Like, you're one of those rare voices that when you sing, I hear instruments coming from your throat. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, throat. That's slang for... when I said throat, that means you are singing, girl.
Yes.
Because I know English is not your first language. So I don't want you to think that I'm like saying something bad, Mafe. Yeah. Thank you for watching the Pitchy Podcast. We love you. But I just hear instrumentation coming from your throat.
Yes.
I said, I guess I'm a little biased. I said, I felt like this song was great for Mafe to show like that she can do the more laid back song, but I want Mafe to blow it out, because I know the type of voice she has.
You want all the holleration.
I want Mafe to just Mafe, I want you to sing sing at a very big level that I know you can sing.
Just want holleration.
But I said I really do feel like this song is great for her voice and her range. But I said, but I can tell that this woman is going to slay when she opens that voice up. I said I like and I love what she did on the back half of that song. I thought that was crazy. I said this just shows me about Mafe that she has an unlimited arsenal to choose from.
Like, I love that. I love that.
Unlimited things to choose from, Mafe, when you make your choices.
Yes.
Stephanie and I always say, good choice, good choice. Yes. Like vocally, you make all the right choices, and you have to be a special vocalist to be able to change the color, change the dynamic.
Yeah.
Do all the changes you did with that song. And it sounded good, girl. But you know me. I just want Mafe to sing it down.
He just want that holleration. And I'm sorry, she did give some holleration at the end. There was some holleration. But she was giving sultry, and I was here for it. She was giving us feeling. She was giving us sultry. It was captivating. Like I wrote from the first note. From the first note, I was like, oh, she got it. I think she won. Yeah. I don't know this song super well. But
we know some Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I don't know this one super well, but I felt like she really captured the essence of the song. I felt like she communicated it really well. I could tell that there were a little bit of nerves in there a little bit. And
she was really trying to pay attention to the tapping.
I did. And it's so unfortunate because
he's right.
He is right, but for me,
notice, right?
You know what that is for me when people tap their mic like that? It's almost like a musician. Like it's watching an artist work. Because I feel like that's how she's getting her notes. Like some people do, like Mariah Carey does it with her hand. Like I feel like some singers do it with their finger. Like they're finding their note, not even finding like it's lost, but just like being creative. It's like an artistry thing when they do that.
If you think about it, a pianist, right? When they got the one foot on the sustain pedal, but their other foot is doing something else, right?
Exactly.
Thing, right?
Exactly.
Whether it's beat or whether it's how they're feeling the music. Yeah. I'm with you, Steph. I'm with you. It didn't bother me at all.
It didn't bother me. And I hope that wasn't what was making her nervous or what was making her think. Because if that's what she's used to doing and somebody told her not to do it as much, like that could cause you to think. And that might have been where I saw a little bit of nerves at times, but overall, it was an absolutely gorgeous performance. She looked incredible. It sounded incredible. It was captivating, and I loved it. I loved seeing this side of her, actually. I did.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, this one hurt me because I thought he was going to go really far in the competition. But Gene got sent home, and Mafe advanced to the next round, to the playoff round.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, Gene. Gene, like seriously, go and be that rock singer, dude. Like
absolutely.
Seriously. Your voice is 100% suited for it, and your voice is scary, amazing. Scary.
Absolutely, 1000%.
Awesome. So, we got a country duo coming up. So
from team, we got from Team Dan and Shay. We have Ducote Talmage singing "She Got the Best of Me" by Luke Combs. And we had Karen Waldrup, and she sang "Georgia Rain" by Trisha Yearwood.
I was talking to a mutual friend of ours earlier today, who wanted to discuss a little bit about last night's show. And she said, if you're going to sing a Trisha Yearwood song, you better bring it.
You better bring it.
That's true.
You better bring it.
Karen, I believe, was first. Yeah, I said, Karen, sis, I said, she immediately draws you in. She's a storyteller.
Oh, yes.
And to me, to be the most effective, especially in the genre that she's singing in, you got to be a storyteller.
You better.
You got to be able to sing it. I talk about Jolene and Beyonce, but you gotta have that storytelling ability. In this genre. I said I'm following every lyric.
Everyone?
Like every lyric, I'm like, okay, you are painting the picture because I'm right there in this story.
Yeah.
And I said another good thing is I was like, the famous line, where's my spot? Where's my spot? I said the camera loves Karen.
Love.
Like, it's like she always knew which direction to turn.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is instinctual, right?
Yes.
She always knew where her angle, her light, that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, some people have to be trained,
Yeah.
but it feels like it's just second nature to her. Like, she
Mm-hmm.
always knew where to look, where to turn, and I just thought that added to her performance. I said, she has a mesmerizing sound.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when I literally saw her and looking like she would give looks,
Mm-hmm.
these looks when she would sing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I literally saw the person you were singing about when you sang this song.
Right.
I said she really took her time with it too.
Yes.
I felt like it never was rushed. I felt like the band was following her rather
Mm-hmm.
than her following the band, and I just thought
Mm-hmm.
she was the band of the entire stage. It was
Right.
really, really some good stuff. Stephanie.
Right. Yeah. I wrote, tell the story, sis. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
She
I
is
was like, Stephanie's gonna see this storytelling.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She is our pro for all of the reasons that you described. Like, you don't come to know your angle and the light and your staging and the presence and then just being natural without all the reps. And that's why we call these people pros, because they either have those reps on stage performing, or they are just that gifted that even though they haven't, they just have that thing. I love the restraint that she showed. And I called it restrained holleration, because she gave us holleration at the end when it was that a couple of those Georgia rains. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But the way that she uses dynamics and her face to tell the story of the song, it was incredible. Like, I was all in, and like you said, and like they said in the rehearsal, if you're gonna sing Trisha, you better bring the storyteller quality to your performance, or it's going to fall flat. This did not fall flat at all. It soared. It was incredible performance.
It was a moment.
It was a moment. Absolutely.
She had a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ducote, you were so likable.
So likable.
And you are such a good singer. I said, you're really, really good vocally. I just think you're not quite there as far as a performer yet. And Ducote, please, I need you to take this as constructive criticism, not me coming for you. I'm saying that more time on stage, because you are so likable and you have such an amazing voice. I said, I need a little bit more entertainer from you. Not just a good-looking guy getting up there who can sing really well. I need a little bit more. I need you to bring us in a little bit more. And I needed more levels in that song. I felt like that song kind of didn't go too many places. I thought it was the same level the entire performance. Stephanie,
I would trust Ducote with my life, and I know that he's a firefighter, correct? So should I ever have a fire in my house, I want Ducote to come, because I think I disagree with you a little bit about the pulling in of it. Okay. I think there's just not polish to his performance.
Okay, that's a really good point. Yeah.
But what is there is sincerity and authenticity. Like, I believe everything that he's sung for every round. Like, I just believe him. I think there just needs to be a little bit more polish. And that's where, again, more reps on a stage, just like you were saying, will help with that. Just the experience of it all. That just piano. Okay. Keith Urban again. Okay. Yeah. The just piano at the beginning with his voice. I was like, oh, you serving us whisper? Ducote, you giving us a whisper and intimacy and vulnerability? Like, it was lovely. And then we got the growl on the chorus of the song. It was really touching. And I was like, This is this man's best performance of the season, I believe. And yeah, he just needs to work on his stage presence a bit, but I really enjoyed this performance, and I really enjoyed the arrangement. I really enjoyed how it just started off with the piano and him singing, and then it built from there. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. So who went through?
Karen
did.
Karen did.
Yeah. Cody, I wish you didn't get as far as you did. And the reason why I say that is because I think in a year or two you could come back and win the whole show.
Right. We've had others come back. He was by himself, and then he was in a group.
Oh,
the guy that came back, so he went kind of far. But yeah, keep singing, bruh.
Yeah, please.
Keep singing, please.
And saving lives.
Lives.
For your service.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, so next up we had the Garcia twins and Zeya, right?
Yes, we did, from Team Reba. Absolutely.
Okay, so what did they sing?
So Justin and Jeremy sang "You Are the Reason" by Callum Scott, and Zeya gave us our seasonal dose of "River" by Bishop Briggs.
We love this song. We love it. Okay, let me start with the Garcia boys. I said I loved the soft opening.
Come on.
Yeah, that really, I was like, okay, I'm drawn in.
Right.
And their harmonies. They had some really luscious harmonic moments.
Come on, luscious.
I said, like butter. I said, and the end harmonies, what you all did on the end of that song.
Yeah.
Like there was one harmonic move that you did that I was like twins. It's like Wonder Twin power accident. I said, I still can't believe y'all are in high school.
I know.
With that much control.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the Garcias, I think like Ducote, I think they need a little bit more time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I found myself a little not as drawn in as I wanted to be.
Right.
So yeah. I thought they could both sing their faces off.
Mm-hmm.
I love their backstory about how one was artistic and one was sporty, and they kind of came together when it came to that. But I feel like they need a little bit more time in the performance aspect.
Yeah, I thought that their performance was really beautiful. I thought that they showed a vulnerability and a sincerity and a really sweetness. I thought some of their harmonies were really, really beautiful. They both have like this breathy quality to their voice, and when it comes together and they sing in 2-part harmony, it's really, really beautiful. What I would encourage them to work on is their arrangement of the song, number one, because I feel like for them, it's kind of like one person sings, then another person sings, and then we have 2-part harmony, and it kind of goes back and forth like that. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more creativity in the arrangement, and I think that will also aid in the performance aspect of things too, because the more intricate an arrangement is, the more you kind of have to depend on your other person, and that will bring a performance quality that I think is a little bit missing. I think there's a little bit of a kind of like what I said about Ducote, like a polish that is not there about their performance.
And these guys are 17, so they got
and
time.
There's exactly, and again, that's all just more reps performing, more time on stage, more face time in front of an audience. But I thought that the performance was really beautiful.
Yeah. Zeya with River. I said this song is so hard for me to watch because of the person who did it on the blinds a few seasons ago.
That would be Sandy Red. But let's not forget that Sasha Hurtado did the song as well, and Nene Iris from last season did the song. So this song is I'm calling it the unofficial official song of The Voice, because we gonna get River once a season.
I said, but Zeya, I said you really sound really good on this song. There was something you did. You just flipped almost like a yodel up into your head voice.
Yeah, she did.
Good girl. I said, it's great. I said, this song is very difficult. And one thing I loved about it is that I felt like she was pacing herself very well. I said, I need a little bit more from your eyes, Zeya. Like, I need a little bit more connection. Because I felt like not that they were closed, but I need a little bit more fire in your eyes with a song like this.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have a little bit more of kind of what Maddi does with her eyes. Like that.
And just overall attack.
Yeah. I said, because, and the reason why I'm saying this, Zeya, is because you have such a powerful voice.
Yeah.
That I felt like it was a little off. Not your voice by any means, but I felt like the performance was a little off because I didn't feel the connection in your eyes. Did you hear that electric guitar? That electric guitar was shredding. I was like, yo, it's like 80s.
Oh yeah.
You're shredding. But I thought Zeya gave a fine offering of this song.
This is a hard song. There's so many layers to this song because you have the beginning where it's just it's just like kind of sultry and moody and it's just and then it just builds. Like you have to start off like as the sultry, like almost jazz singer kind of, and then turn into a rock star by the mid to end part of the song. And it's a real, that's what makes the song so hard. The beginning of it, I was like, come on, Lowe's, because she was giving me the holy moly in the Lowe's. It was beautiful. And then she gave me some grits and gravel in her voice as well in the back end. Same thing with you. I heard those falsetto flip ups that she did. I can't remember why, but I know that this was a slightly different, I forget whether it was, I think it was musical, a slightly different musical arrangement of the song a bit, which was nice to hear since we've been hearing it season after season. It was nice to hear something a little bit different. What I needed was a little more attitude and a little less hesitancy because she seems a little hesitant. And I feel like she might have been hesitant about the vocal. Ma'am, you don't need to be hesitant about no vocal. We know you got it. But we also know that this is a big stage. And those notes are like, I can't think of the words, but it's like that's really hard to do full voice if that's like in a weird place in your vocal. So I get it. James, there's one thing I need to ask you about because I don't understand. So when the coaches were giving feedback, the feedback that Reba gave her was, I wish you would have stayed in one position. I don't know what that meant. Did you know what that meant?
I think Reba could, and I could be wrong, but Reba could be referencing, think of the lyrics of the song, what Stand and Deliver.
Like actual physical position?
I think. I don't know. Maybe, or she could have been like less choreographed.
I just had no idea what she meant. And based on the results, I felt like it was a cop-out. Not like it was the reason for the result. I don't want to say cop-out, but I feel like it was the reason for the result. I just didn't understand what she meant. Because we never, with a song like that, you cannot physically stay in one position and deliver the song. Yeah, so I didn't know if she meant physically or vocally.
An interesting question. If that's what she was talking about, or if that's not what she was talking about, then I don't know.
Yeah, it was just a weird piece of feedback.
Yeah, I probably have to go back and watch and see if I can pull any context.
Right.
After what she was saying.
Right.
But now this result actually shocked me, not because of the result, but because of how they were talking, how the coaches were talking, and
Okay.
the feedback.
Okay.
I thought they were going to go with one person rather than one contestant rather than the other contestant.
But we know Coach Reba, and what's Coach Reba known for having a soft spot for? People that make her feel.
Yeah. The feelers. Yeah.
The feelers.
Absolutely.
So Justin and Jeremy won the knockout, and Zeya was sent home.
Yeah.
I was not surprised.
I was at first, but then I see why. I see why. But I think this is a great opportunity for the twins because, like I said, I think all they need is just more, like you said,
more reps,
more time, more reps. Yeah. Okay, great. Who's next?
So next up was from Team Chance. We had Alyssa Crosby singing, I guess that's why they call it the blues. It is originally by Elton John, but she did the Alicia Cara version of that song. Also, we had RLETTO. RLETTO sang Stay by Justin Bieber and Kid Laroi.
Okay. Now, full transparency. Pitchies, full transparency. This is the one that made me angry. Because I thought Alyssa should not have gone home. And I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I'm jumping ahead because I was so angry about this one. And then because I was so pulled in by both of their performances that I didn't look to see where we were. I thought they were the last.
Oh no, you thought they was last?
I thought they were the last ones. And I'm glad I thought that or didn't think that or whatever I'm trying to say. Like I thought they were the last one, so I just was like, okay, great. Alyssa's gonna get saved.
Right.
Get saved.
Right.
Because I said, I love her tone. I love her vibrato. I love her choices.
Everything.
I said, she gives me a little Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
When she sings, and that's a huge compliment because I think like Kelly's like it as far as one of the greatest singers now. That's like, 40 or 50 and younger.
Right.
I said, she looks comfortable on stage.
Yes.
I said, I love how she took everything up at the end. Like the end. I'm singing. I'm not singing the right notes, but and then she quickly brought it back to very intimate at the very end. I said, that's how you deliver a song. And y'all, this song is difficult. This is a hard song, and I love this arrangement. I never heard her arrangement of it, but I loved it. I love the original of this song, and like especially laughing like children, rolling like thunder.
Under the covers, hey!
I love this song. I thought Alyssa was cheated. I thought Alyssa was one of the best performances of the night. That's just me personally. Stephanie.
Oh, I agree.
Oh,
I agree.
I'm so glad you do.
Oh, I agree. Alyssa has one of my favorite vibratos of the season. Like, oh my goodness, she has one of my favorite voices of the season. Because there's so much character in her voice. You have like 80s, you have soul, you have pop, you have R&B, you got some Tina Marie, you got some retro. It's like you just never, it's just like this gumbo of deliciousness coming out of her throat. And she gave us Holleration. At the end of the song, at the end of the performance, like you said, she came back down and she gave us Quiet. And it was like, okay, from where she was, how big the song was, to how intimately she brought it down, I was like, ooh, stick the landing, because that takes a lot of breath support. And she stuck the landing, and I was like, yes, I've never heard this arrangement of the song either. And when she first said what she was singing, I was like, that's an interesting choice. When I heard the arrangement, I was like, oh, she's going to tell this story. She's going to tell this story. And I really think that she did. It was an incredible performance. It really was.
It was
It really
so good.
was.
So
Dang.
good. One of my favorites of the night, Alyssa.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Arletto. I said, dude, he is a master phraser. Like, and I'm not just talking about like
No.
the smooth phrasing. I'm talking about
No.
I love how the version of the song was slowed down. Number one, I love it. I love the arrangement was fire.
Okay, best arrangement of the night.
Oh yeah.
Best arrangement of the night.
Stephanie is losing her marbles right now because that arrangement was sick. Chance.
It was sick.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
I said I love the oohs, and I said and he did this like, and when I say he is a master of phrasing, he did this skip beat phrasing thing.
Okay, are you talking about how he was like? I was like, are you still gonna make this thing bounce a little bit, even though we doing slow? We still gonna make it bounce a little bit.
I said, dude, like it was like a skip, like it's like skipping beats, and it was crazy.
Yes.
And I loved his change of melodies in the song. A good choices, Arletto. I said, and somebody brought this out. I'm so glad. I forget who it was. Was it is either Chance or John said, okay, highs, because I feel like I feel like Arletto didn't sing in the higher part of his register enough.
Right.
Because I think that's where Arletto really is a dangerous contestant.
Right.
Because he already has the look. He already has the almost the mystery about him. I feel like mysterious in how he performs. Like he has you questioning, like, well, I want to know a little bit more about this artist. Like
right.
I love that the intrigue of it all, I guess is
yes.
the word. I said, but yeah, I wanted to hear that too, because there was like a part towards the back part of the song where he kind of like, it almost like it was like a register in his voice change. And I thought it sounded, I was like, ooh, that sounds good. I said it was really special, Arletto. It was really, really special. And I should have wrote down where it was in the song. But yeah, that was good, sir. That was good. And I don't know what I was expecting in the arrangement, because I do know the original version of this song. But that was woo, Stephanie.
Yeah. So when they said what the song was, I was like, okay, we're gonna be like this. We're gonna be running. We're gonna be running a marathon, because this song is y'all know this song. It's just we're just running, right? So I was concerned about the breath control of it all. So when Chance said, what if we just make it a ballad? I was like, yes, please. And the arrangement of it, as James already spoke about, was brilliant. And I thought a lot of the choices that Arletto made, I loved seeing and hearing the creativity of, just like what you talked about with the rhythmic changes that he made and some of the melodic changes that he made to the song. And I thought his stage presence was really cool on the stage as well. Here was my one issue, which it was so funny that this was the issue, because this is the issue that I thought he was going to have when the song was at normal speed. I felt like with it being slower, that for some reason there were breath control issues at the ends of his phrases that did not make all of the ends of his phrases as clean as I would have wanted them to be. Aside, it was one of the coolest performances I've seen on this show.
Yeah,
like
cool.
Artistically, arrangement wise, it's what I love about this show, and what I feel like we don't see quite enough is them taking a song and flipping it so that we still get the essence of the song, but it's done in a completely different way. And I think I like this version just as much, if not more, than the original.
I agree.
So well done.
I agree. But I don't agree with the results. Because I truly thought this was going to be a double save. Right. Or a move on and a save.
Right. Right.
I I was like, ain't no way Alyssa going home the way she sang that song.
Right.
And
She shouldn't have.
I was shocked. I was like,
yeah, they both should have went through. Absolutely.
Yeah. So obviously Arletta went through and Alyssa got sent home.
That's right.
And I'm very disappointed by that. Alyssa, I
Right.
love your voice and I love your story. I love your story of sobriety. And I love that you have a voice that is genre jumping. You can sing.
Right. That's right.
Keep going, sis. Keep going.
Yes.
Okay, so our final, which I didn't realize was going to be our final, but then I forgot. I was like, I know we're missing a couple of people.
Yes, we are.
We were told at the beginning of the episode this would be the last night of knockouts.
That's right.
And woo, did they end it? Stephanie.
Yes, they did. So we had from Team Legend, we had Jackie Romeo singing Love on the Brain by Rihanna. And we had Zoe. We had Zoe Levert singing Cowboy Take Me Away by The Chicks.
Okay. So Jackie was first. And because I already know how Jackie sounds, when they announced this song, I said, it's about to be over.
It's a wrap.
I didn't even hear her. I was like, all they have to do is tell me Jackie's going to sing it. And I'd be like, okay, she's through because I already know how she's going to do it.
That's right.
Not how she's going to do it. I already know what it's going to sound like.
Right.
And it's going to be, I said, America, Jackie's voice needs to be heard.
Absolutely.
I said, she has the most unique, I put her up there with the unique sounds of Kim Cruz, former contestant, unique sounds of Adele, Sam Shepard, I'm talking about the now singers, Rihanna. I'm talking about the now singers who, I said this before because it doesn't happen too often. The second they open their mouth, you know who
they are. Yeah.
I said, y'all, if y'all want a masterclass on performance and vocal, she took every note that was given to her and she showed up and she left no crumbs. She came to a knife fight. There were no survivors.
None.
I said, Jackie can sing anything.
Yes.
And I love that Reba brought that out.
Yes.
I love that Reba brought that out and said, oh girl, I can hear you sing country. I said, Jackie is stealing this competition. She's stealing it. And you're gonna run home to your mom or dad because you're gonna be crying because your lunch money is gone. Okay, and it's never coming back.
It's never coming back.
Steph, you know what I'm talking about. It's never coming back. She stole it. She stole it.
Yes, she did.
Because she's that good, and she's just got a whole, in my opinion, unassuming demeanor. That, she just looks like your best friend from next door. But no, that's Jackie, not Jackie in the performance. Because I thought she looked incredible last night.
Absolutely.
I thought she looked every part as she sounded, every part as she performed.
Yes.
It's one thing, if you're gonna throw your mic down, you better be singing your face off. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad she threw that mic down.
You better.
She was singing. And I was trying to figure out, and I was like, is John using the right word to describe her voice? Because I wouldn't describe it as a crackle.
No, you know what that is? You want to know what the crackle is?
Yeah.
The crackle is the skin of the fried chicken.
Oh!
And the grease that is coated on her throat. That's what that crackle is. Because her voice has so many. It's got so much seasoning on it. I'm like, ma'am, where did you come from? What Baptist church have you been worshiping at? What? Oh my God! Her voice. her voice is coded, and even like the diction of her voice, like there's a way that she.
It's not an urban sound, right? It's not.
It's a southern sound, if anything. It's like she sounds like she's from down south because she got like an the way she articulates her phrases.
Yeah.
I'm like, you sound like you preaching. You sound like you up there preaching. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go back and listen again because I'm trying to figure out the best adjective to describe her voice because it's
seasoned.
It's second to none. It's second
seasoned.
to none. No one sounds like her ever.
No.
Ever. Woo! Stephanie, you have anything else?
Well, I was just going to say, just like you said, the beginning of that song, she was giving us introspective. She was giving us soft. She was giving us communication. When she took that mic off, I said, and then when she threw the mic, I said, we have a mid-performance snappage of it all. Like, that's when the snappage came. And that's when I was like, oh, we really in for it, because the rest of that song, she was preaching. She was communicating. She was giving us dynamics. She was doing all of the things. And I was just like, just like you said, you are stealing the show. You like, I'm staying, and somebody gonna love me. You're gonna love me on tonight, okay? I will be going through to the playoffs on tonight. Like, that's what it felt like she was up there doing, like giving the whole mini sermon. This was fantastic, just like you. When I heard her say she's doing Love on the Brain, just like you, I was like, I hear it. And exactly what I heard in my head is exactly what she gave, and then beyond. It was fantastic.
It reminded me of you remember the verses of the song, love me, say that you love me.
Dear, I feel a grace with a problem. It was like that whisper.
I think her tone was manipulated through a machine.
Oh yeah.
But Jackie has that sound, and there's no machine.
No, there's no machine. Hallelujah.
So who does it sound? I said, that's what I was just like. It sounds.
Yes.
It sounds like overly produced.
Yeah, it sounds like an anointing
of what
it's.
We said it. We did.
That's what it sounds like to me. I
can't wait to hear. Like, you're the one. I'm like, yo, what you singing next? What are you singing next? What are you gonna sing the next 3 rounds, baby
Exactly.
All right, Zoe. I said, here's another one. I said, y'all gonna give me 2 stars back to back?
Back to back.
And I said, and the first person I thought of, I said, Zoe's like a next level Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I said, she sings a phrase really well, like all the way through.
Come on.
Like you talk about the dancing in the finger all the way through your fingertips.
Yes, James.
She sings these phrases.
Yes.
It's just like, boo.
Yes.
And it's like the phrase is almost still going, right?
Yes.
I said, what is it about her voice? I said, that's so special, because you got to really pay attention to hear the wonder and the special sound that she has.
Yes.
It's like these little nuances that you got to really pay close attention. Her voice is so nuanced.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people like Taylor, because Taylor may sound simplistic to some people. I said, but Taylor does something, because she writes her own songs. She does something with a nuance in the way she delivers a song.
That's right.
That again, I did not come to appreciate until later in Taylor's career. I said, you don't catch it at first. I said, but they're pretty special. The nuances in her voice are pretty special.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite things about this performance, and I said, she's got it. I said, she got it. It was that laugh at the end.
Ooh.
When you almost thought she was done the song.
Yes.
To close, like,
yes.
I said, that was so endearing.
Yes.
A lot of us have been there before.
Yeah.
Like, where we're just like, there was a girl
Yeah.
who did it last season.
Yes.
When she was young. That was so endearing to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like almost like laughing about how incredible this moment is. Like,
Right.
oh my goodness.
Right. Right.
Like, I can't believe I'm here.
Right.
And that's why I was like, okay, I'm on the Zoe train. I
All
said,
right.
I'm on the Zoe train. You are captivating, young lady. You
Yeah.
really are. And it's so not in your face
Right.
that you really, really have this special gift of understated singing.
Absolutely.
That is, to me, almost harder to give.
Yeah.
And it's so natural for you, Zoe. It's
Yeah.
almost harder to give when you don't do it naturally, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Stephanie?
Absolutely. And it's really difficult to do if you're not a good communicator of lyric. And I think that's what she is brilliant at doing. She's a really good communicator of lyric, and she literally sparkles on screen. Like every time they cut to her straight on, it's like, wow. Like and it's not just her being a beautiful girl, which she is. There's like this inner something that shines through her that makes the total complete package of her really captivating to watch, right? With an added dose of, this is authentic. She's not just up there like trying to be something. She is being her authentic self, and it just shines so brightly. I wrote Taylor Swift again, and it is because of what I explained a previous time about Zoe. Zoe stays in her lane. She knows where her voice falls. She knows what songs sound good with her voice, and she executes to perfection. And I love the point that you made, James, about like how all lines are finished. She has this sneakily brilliant breath support, just really knows how, or has developed a skill for being able to control her breath in such a way that all lines are finished so beautifully. And it's just all around captivating. That's all I can say about Zoe. Like she is, yeah, it's just beautiful.
She's
It's
never
beautiful.
gonna be your big power ballad singer. She's never
No.
gonna be the dance queen.
Right.
She's going to be acoustic guitar,
Right.
telling the story.
Telling a story. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
with those nuances, like
Yep.
little runs, little flips. Like I was like, girl, come on.
Yeah.
You too good. You too good. And Stephanie, you
Yeah.
bring up a really good point. Is that Zoe knows she's very smart. She knows to stay in her lane, and she knows who's the biggest star in the world right now, right? And how does she deliver a song? She delivers it in very the same fashion, but it's not a copycat.
That's right.
So imagine her singing "It's Me, Hi, I'm the Problem, It's Me," in her style, in her own Zoe's voice. Like it would just, yeah. Hold on, defibrillator.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So last performance of the night, and they say the drama for the end.
Yes.
Who got picked?
Zoe.
Yeah. It's not only because Zoe's incredible, it's strategic also because John, like, look, I want to make it to the finals. And Zoe's going, and barring some crazy thing that happens, Zoe's in the finals because she is what pop music is today.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was surprised, but I was not surprised. Like it really was a pick 'em because they both gave incredible performances individually.
And I think Reba hopefully will pick a country song because Jackie, she can sing anything. She can sing anything.
Well, let's say that Jackie was stolen by Coach Reba.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, by process of elimination, Reba was the last one who had his steal.
Yes.
So, but I could tell. Now, voice, I got you figured out. I could tell this was not the last performance.
Right.
I don't know, it just felt like, I was like, no, that's not the last one.
Right.
But they set it up like that because the drama of it all.
The production of it all.
Okay, so what a wonderful way to end on a super high note with the knockout round. So next week, you all, they didn't show too many previews. They showed
No, they didn't.
Some contestants, but they didn't show. They're being very. I think they may have heard us on the Pitchy podcast because they know that Stephanie and James are on it when it comes
We be
to
looking for
previews.
clues. Yes, looking for clues.
Previews, we are on it. So they did show. So I can't wait because one of the kind of scary things about getting a playoff pass is you kind of tend to forget about the ones who were in the playoff or who got the playoff passes in the battle rounds. But I'm so glad they're coming back. So here we go. Playoffs next week, Stephanie.
Hey, let's do it. Can't wait.
Let's bring it. All right. Well, you all been on for like almost an hour and a half. And thank you always for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. Yes. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your commentary. We love it. And we will always try to react to everything that you comment on or reach you back. And thank you, contestants, for tuning in as well. We love you, and just the best of luck to those of you that did not make it.
That's right.
Stephanie, tell them what they need to hear.
All right. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. Also, check us out on YouTube. Search for The Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, do not forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
All right, everyone. Well, enjoy the rest of your week. I think we got one more leak coming until we go into the lives, or maybe two.
Maybe
we'll
two.
See.
We'll see.
So can't wait to see what that's going to be, Stephanie.
That's right.
So bye, everyone. Have a wonderful week. See you next week.
Bye-bye.